James arrived at the sheds looking furious. "What's the matter, James?" asked Thomas. "Take a look at this," said James. "Assemble," he shouted, and a laptop flew out in front of him, and turned itself on. "How on earth did you do that?" asked Edward. "These voice recognition programs are wonderful things," boasted James. Percy chuckled. He was now glad that Angelus had given him a similar voice to James. "Microsoft Excel," he shouted. "What? No. Close," shouted James, and his laptop promptly obeyed. "Internet Explorer. YouTube, Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, I wish I had arms, it'd be so much easier." "What's a YouTube?" asked Thomas. "It's a website where people can upload any video file they want for other people to watch and enjoy," put in Edward wisely. "But unfortunately, half of these people don't know the meaning of the word enjoy," said James. "Watch these." The engines watched several of the redubs. They were appalled at some of the rubbish that they came across. "Disgraceful," said Gordon. "Disgusting," put in James. "Despicable," finished Henry. "Solitaire," said Percy. "No. Close," shouted James. "Stop it now." "Oh, this is terrible," said Thomas. "Is there any way to delete these horrendous videos? We could alert the authorities, but the idiots only upload them again after they've been deleted." "That's funny," said Gordon. "A lot of these bad ones seem to be made by the same user, King.Devious 57 feet. King.Devious 57, eh?" said Thomas. "Interesting." Thomas puffed along his branch line that day, wondering what he could do about the YouTube issue. But try as he might, all he could think about was that episode of Coronation Street where Richard drove the car into the canal. "You remember it?" "Oh, come on, you must do." It was brilliantly done, especially considering how wooden the acting is in most soaps. Come on, it was brilliant. They all nearly drowned, for goodness sake. "No. You know what I mean, you'll be kicking yourself later, when you remember it." As Thomas passed an old, abandoned shed, he heard some evil laughter, as well as the whirring of a computer's CPU fan. He heard someone speaking incredibly loudly. "There, that should do it, let's hear it, driver." Suddenly, Thomas heard the same thing being said again, although this time much more loudly and distorted, to such an extent that it hurt Thomas's ears that he doesn't have. "Excellent," said the voice. "Before long, everyone who visits YouTube will see how bad these redubs are. They'll believe they're real episodes, and be so appalled that they'll stop buying Thomas and Friends DVDs, hence removing half of the funding for the Northwestern Railway, and in turn, it will have to close down and sell all of its steam engines for scrap." Muhahaha. "But Diesel, what if you get found out?" "Oh, don't worry, I have a plan to deal with them." Thomas hurried away to find the fat controller, but as he arrived at the station, his wife was standing on the platform crying. "What's wrong, Flower?" asked Thomas's driver. "Oh, Mr. Driver," she sobbed. "It was terrible. Topham fell into a coma after watching one of those god-awful redubs on YouTube. The doctor said that the terrible sound quality has permanently damaged his hearing, as well as part of his brain that makes him eat. He'll lose weight excessively well. That last part's not too bad, is it?" "Not bad. None of his suits will fit him anymore." "Well, there you are, see, you get to spend a day wiping his credit card clean when buying him new suits from Marks and Spencer's. Not all bad, is it? A whole day M&S point, thank you, you've cheered me up greatly. Marks have got a sale on at the moment, you know." "Do they really?" "Yeah, managed to pick up this nice blue shirt at 70% of the price. Topham's never liked blue shirts, you know. Say that they make him look like that giant blueberry kid off Willy Wonka." "Well, I won't argue with him there," said Thomas. "Oh yes, and to hell with Marks and Spencer's, we have a railway to save." But unfortunately, Thomas's metrosexual driver was far too interested in talking about the sales at Marks, so Thomas, who was glad he knew how to drive himself now, puffed back to the abandoned shed. "All right, Diesel, the game's up," said Thomas, as he barged in. "What are you taking a boat?" asked Diesel in a Enug voice. "I heard your plan," said Thomas. "You must stop making these horrendous redubs." Listen, what is your problem with me, Thomas? I try my best to make good ribbons and you just say they're rubbish. It's so easy to make ribbons. Stop outing me. One, I have had a hard life. I got sent away after Sir Paham had told me up for lying. Then I was sent to a railway where the controller treated me like carp, so just leave me alone. Whoa, outright Thomas's heart melted. Diesel's innocent and distressed Anub's strategy had worked. Thomas puffed away with a tear in his eye, whilst Diesel smirked with triumph. Splendid, I mean splendid. Thomas told the other engines about what had happened, but they'd all lost interest in that now. They were too preoccupied watching James playing Pac-Man on his laptop. Get the fruit, said Henry. I don't want to get the fruit. Come on, get the fruit, it gets you more points. I can't get it, there's a ghost there. Look, just get the fruit, man. I'm not gonna get the fruit. I'm not gonna get it. Exit Pac-Man, said Percy. And the computer went back to James's desktop background of that Power Ranger who supposedly went into the gay porn industry. You idiot, Percy, I was on the roll of a high score there. Thomas suddenly had a bright idea. The whole night, he kept the other engines awake, speaking of how he knew everything and he was revolutionary. By sunrise, they had had enough. Stop it, Thomas, said Duck, you sound exactly like Diesel. Excellent, said Thomas in a Mr. Burns-style voice. And with that, he puffed away to the abandoned shed. Diesel was just in the middle of his master plan, a horrendous redub of the great, classic episode Better Late Than Never, when Thomas rolled in. He just stood there. Osange said Levi me Alaninsky of you to sing my ribbons, I can't help it. That what are you doing? Exit Windows Explorer, said Thomas in an oily voice. The laptop obediently did so. Diesel's smirk turned upside down into a big frown. Disable virus protection, he continued. No, don't listen to him, shouted Diesel. But it was too late. With Diesel's broadband connection, his computer soon had more viruses inside it than a very sick person due to government requirements. That section had to be edited. Hurl yourself into the sink, added Thomas, as the laptop promptly did, disabling all its circuitry. Stop, Thomas, okay, I'll stop the ribbons blast, redubs, just stop it. Throw yourself into Diesel's cab, said Thomas. The laptop did so. No. You wouldn't. Thomas smirked. Self-destruct. Nuaukaboom. Thomas smiled to himself. The world was now a safer place. That night, the fat, slim, yet baggy-clothed controller came to the sheds. I have some good news, he said. The doctors have managed to fix my brain by taking part of Mr. Percival's out. It's not like he was using it. Anyway, I should be back to my old chubby self within a few weeks. That's good, I won't have to learn another new name, said Percy. I'm already struggling to remember Rosie, Jeremy, Cocky, SpongeBob and all those other guys. And thank you, Thomas, for destroying King of Devious 57. However, this is only the beginning. As long as there is YouTube, there will always be bad redubs. Oh well, said Thomas. I've helped get rid of some, I'll leave someone else to deal with the rest of them. The end. The end. Writer's note: I have been asked to say this under Gunclick's my own free will. There are in fact several good redubs on YouTube, such as Buzz, Gordon and Spencer and Thomas Comes to Breakfast. Check these out for great entertainment that you won't regret watching. Gunclicks again, as well as several Billy Connolly parody clips. Tune in again next week for Thomas and the Wikipedia spammers.
Moving at speed of sound, quickest hedgehog around. Got ourselves a situation, stuck in a new location without any explanation. No time for relaxation. Don't blink, don't think, just go.